Hey you guys, welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate. Alright you guys, I don't know what just happened there, but I think that I've got our signal back and that we're back up and running now. Hopefully everything is working right. That was strange. It just shut off my video for some reason. So hi, I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. Please say hello when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me. Let me know that you're here. And in just a second, I'm going to give you a keyword to type in. When you type in that keyword, I'll send you a message with a bunch of information, supplies, and all that stuff. We got a lot to talk about, you guys, because I haven't been live in a few days. I take Fridays and Saturdays off to spend time with my family, and then Sunday morning is usually a time to just kind of recoup and get laundry done and things like that. So our keyword for today is March, M-A-R-C-H. Let me say hi to my friends as you guys are jumping on here. So glad I was able to get the video to resume. That was awesome. Hello, everybody. Oh, shoot, I didn't change that. Oh, no. You guys, do not type in Picket. You want to type in March. Ah. Okay, I fixed that now. Hopefully that will continue to keep going. Hi, Leanne. Hello, Lynn. Hi, Joni and Teresa and Florine. Hi, Wendy. Hello, Missy and Judy. Hello, everybody. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Bonda. Hello, Wanda K. Hello, Holly. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Lisa and Brenda and Sue and Ray and Frankie. Hi, Chris. Hi, Roseanne. Hello, Tammy. Hello, everybody. Hi, Dale. Dale's watching tonight. Let's see here. Lots of people typing in March. Type in March. That's our keyword for tonight. You're going to want to grab those details. I promise you. Hey, Dottie. Hello, Elizabeth. So you guys, as most of you know who have been with me for a while, when I give you the keyword of the month, that's a month, it usually means we're going to do another project with our Club Couture transfer. Hi, Joanne from Macomb Township, Michigan. I'm in Michigan too, girl. How are you doing? Hi, Janelle. Hello, Lisa. So you guys, let's take a look at our March Club Couture for this month. This is the package. Yours would look a little bit more fancy that you get in the mail when you are a Club Couture subscriber. So Club Couture, in case you guys are unfamiliar with this, hi Carol, is an amazing craft kit mailed right to your door every single month. And this month is extra special because we are working with our Peanuts collaboration. This particular transfer is only available if you are a club member in the month of March, and it is our Peanuts Portraits transfer. In this package, you're going to get that transfer along with a 9x9 pillow cover and 3 ink singles in Black Velvet, Cadet, and Bumblebee. These 3 colors here come with this so that you can complete your project. If you are a first-time subscriber and this is your first month, you're also going to get a mini squeegee so you can complete this project with ease, and a special gift from me to make sure that you have all the things that you need. Hi, Linda. How are you doing, girl? How is everybody tonight? So I'm going to go ahead and just put this back in the packaging because I have one that I've already used. And if you guys know, you know, our transfers are reusable 8, 12, 20 times if you take really good care of them. So for me to open up a brand new one when I've got one I've only used once would just be silly. We're going to use that one again. Hi, Kathy. So I decided we're going to do something a little bit different with this tonight. And I hope that you love this idea for this project. Y'all, here's my transfer. Used only once. Still looks brand new. Hi, Jan. And we have a surface that just restocked. Our 9x9 Chubby is back to being available again. Yay! I love this because it makes all of those 9x9 transfers so much easier to do when you have a surface that is the right size absolutely every time. Hi, Lori. Hello, Lisa Marie. So we're going to go ahead and get this opened up and get started with our project. Okay, hi, Corey. Oh, I hope I'm not frozen for anybody else. I am frozen for myself. Oh, no. Okay, I'm not frozen for anybody else, I don't think. I'm tired. My grandson Eric turns 4 tomorrow. I will be celebrating him all weekend. Oh, how exciting! Happy birthday, Eric. You're probably in bed right now, but happy birthday to you. You should be in bed if you're 4 years old, unless you're on the West Coast. And maybe you're still awake. Oh, yay! too, Carol. I can't wait to see you guys too. At Camp Chalk this year. It's going to be so much fun. Hi, Nancy. Okay, good. I'm not frozen. It was just frozen on my end. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this up. And I'm going to give this, you guys, I'm going to give my surface just a little bit. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Welcome to my page. We're doing our Club Couture transfer for the month right now. I'm going to take a little bit of sandpaper here. I hope I've got a really fine one left in my stash. I just want a really fine piece of sandpaper here. Ooh, these are all a little bit more gritty than I want. I have lots of sandpaper in many different. Ooh, I think that this one right here is the one that I want. 4 inches of snow in northern. Oh my gosh. Hi, Michelle. That's insane. So I just want a really fine. This is a 240, which is not as fine as I really want, but it's probably the best one I've got in my drawer at the moment. We're just going to give this a fine sanding. Mona's in the house. And the reason that I'm doing this is because this particular surface is wood, and sanding it down just slightly is going to help to reduce any kind of bleeding that might happen with your transfer. And I mean very light sanding, you guys. It's all that you need just to make it as smooth as possible. You can sand more than that if you want to. If you do sand more than that, then you can get down to that wood grain and really see that wood color come through. But I don't want to do that. I just want to make this slightly more smooth than it comes, because it does help out for those of you who are struggling with any kind of bleeding with your transfers, okay? Just sand it slightly first, and it'll help a ton. Then we're going to take our surface wax, and we're going to surface wax over top of this to fill in any extra wood grain that I didn't just sand down. That, again, is going to help things. Now, if you plan to paint this at all, you don't want to use your surface wax first. We're not going to paint it. Hi, Rhonda. How are you doing? March is the keyword, you guys. I think Carol's going to absolutely love this one. All right, here we go. It'll be Tuesday for our trip to Italy. We'll be back in the States in May. Oh my gosh. You know, you can watch me from Italy. Just saying. It might be a totally different time for you, but you could watch from Italy. All right, so while I'm putting a little bit of surface wax on here, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my weekend, or maybe after I buff this off. So on Friday night, the kids did have school on Friday, and I got some work done on Friday morning. But once they got out of school, John came home, and I decided that once again I was not cooking dinner. I'm over it, you guys. I'm so tired of the choices of what to make with chicken and beef every day of my life. It's exhausting. So I decided that it was going to be a family fun night. We took the kids to the bowling alley where John was bowling, and they have a gigantic arcade there. And so we let the kids play at the arcade for a long time. Yes, time for a new jar of surface wax. There's still enough in here for a while. But I will need a new one soon. So we're just buffing off any of that extra wax. Everything that we need is going to remain on there. That might be heavy to ship. It might be a little bit heavy. These are really not that heavy. These are really not that heavy. Slightly heavy though. So we're just going to open this up now, and we're going to give this a good fuzz before we put it on here. And we're going to be combining a couple of transfers today. So again, this one's exclusive. Oh! This one right here is exclusive to the month of March and only available if you are a Club Couture subscriber. You want to be in the club this month, you guys. You guys want to get that one for sure. So I'm going to grab a fuzzing cloth. If you don't have one of these, no worries. Grab a terry cloth towel out of your kitchen or out of your pantry, your linen closet. Make sure that you go over it really well with a lint brush first. And then you can use that to pick up some lint on the back of your transfer. This is just to lessen that adhesiveness a little bit here. We're going to give this a couple of little fuzzes, and then we can put it down on our block. All right, so we had a great time at the bowling alley. We at the arcade at the bowling alley. Pigged out on a bunch of junk food. The kids had so much fun spending so much of my money. And then we got home pretty darn late on Friday night. Hi, Sue. Pretty darn late on Friday night, and we all passed out. I mean, you guys, I was in bed on Friday night, I think by like 9:30. I came home, I was tired, and I went straight to bed. And I don't know what time the kids went to bed, but it was not 9:30 because they woke up way later than I did. So they stayed up and they partied it up all night long, which is fine. It's not a weekend. It's not a school night, so whatever. Stay up, have fun, watch TV, do your thing. I'm not one of those. I don't give a bedtime on the weekends, you guys. Maybe I'm bad parenting for that, but that's okay. Hi, Sue. All right, you guys, we're going to do this entire thing really, really quickly with just black ink, or black paste, you guys. Black paste. We're going to come back and we're going to add some color with a different transfer in just a little bit. Hi, Linda. And so while I'm doing this, I'll tell you guys about my Saturday. All right, so I'm just using a small squeegee and some black chalk paste. We're going to go over this with a light hand, okay? You don't want to push down because that can create air bubbles in there and cause it to bleed out underneath the transfer. You just want to let the paste fall into the silk screen. You're not trying to push it down in there, okay? So you're just putting it in there and you're gliding it across the top. And if you've got too much, not a big deal. You can come back over it and you can kind of scrape off that excess and move that paste around where you need it to go. So on Friday morning, my daughter came to me and she's like, once again, she's got no jeans to wear. Once again, she has outgrown her clothing. It's insane. This girl and her shoes too, like everything, she's outgrown it all. Nothing fits. And I think I just bought her new clothes at the beginning of the school year. It's insane how quickly this girl is growing. So her shoes were too tight, her pants didn't fit, and she was already like maxed out in sizes for kids' clothes. Where do I go from here? You guys, I had no idea what to do next. So I was like, listen, girl, you're going to have to go shopping with me because I can't just go to the store for you anymore and just pick out something. You need to try it on. And so I called my aunt and I was like, we need a shopping day with us girls. And so I'm going to have John take Evan for the day and the boys can hang out and then we can have a day at the mall. And you guys, the nearest mall to me now is like 30 miles away because they kind of emptied out of the one that's close to my house. So we did that. We went to lunch and then we went down to the Great Lakes Crossing Mall here in Michigan and spent the day at the Great Lakes Crossing getting a whole bunch of stuff. And I let my daughter have a shopping spree and she got, oh man, she got a bunch of pants and some shorts and some jewelry. She got 2 brand new pair of shoes that fit her. By the way, my 11-year-old is in a size 8 women's in shoes. Like blown away by that whole situation. But then something else happened, you guys. All right, let's pull this up and I'll tell you what else happened. Ah! All right, here we go. We got that whole thing done in black. We went ahead and went over it, and now we're just going to take our transfer and we're going to pull it straight up and toward us. And you can see how amazing that is, that whole image just transferred just like that. It looks fantastic, right? So you could leave this just like this. You totally could. If you love this just as it is, it's great. It's phenomenal. Hi, Nina. You're still watching the live right now, girl. It's fantastic. It's phenomenal. And we love the design itself. Just as it is, it's great, right? We're gonna jazz this up a little bit. So I'm going to take this transfer. If I were you, I would go straight to your sink right now. Your 8-year-old granddaughter is in a size 8 already? In women's shoes? Girl! So I'm just laying this down on a towel. Remember the times of changing and growing so fast? Yeah, and it's happening really, really fast with my daughter right now. I'm going to spray this down because I can't just take it to my sink right now while I'm live. So I'm going to spray it down just to keep that paste from setting in my silk screen. And I'll take it to my sink a little bit later and wash that off. I would recommend you guys take it to your sink right away if you want to take best care of it and have it last for many, 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 many more designs. The faster you wash it, really the easier it does come off of there. All right, while I dry this, I'll tell you guys a little bit more. So I know you guys love my stories, right? So when we first got to the mall, where's my dryer? When we first got to the mall, I said to my daughter, I can't believe, but she's also got a wide foot, so we had a hard time finding them. So we first got to the mall, and I said to her, now, Allie, while we're here, if you want to get your ears pierced, we can do that too. And she said, yes. I'm ready, Mom. I want to have my ears pierced. I've always told her I was going to wait until she decided to have them pierced. I would never force her into anything, but if she ever wanted them done, just to let me know, and I would do them with her. And so, you guys, she said yes when we first walked into the mall. We did all of our shopping, got all the things that we needed. It was getting late, and it was getting about time to go home. And she reminded me, and she said, Mom, can we still go get my ears pierced? And I said, absolutely. We can go get your ears pierced if you want your ears pierced. You guys, it was a milestone day yesterday. It was a milestone day. So we went to the ear piercing place, and she started to get nervous when we got there. Okay? So I said to her, all right, Allie, I know that you want to have this done, but what if Mom goes first? And she said yes. She said, my biggest fear is that I won't remember to take care of them and that my ears will end up getting infected. And I says, all right, well, listen, if Mom goes first and I get a second hole in my ears, then I have to take care of mine the same time you have to take care of yours. And when I clean mine, I can remind you to clean yours. Right? So you guys, I now have a second hole in my ear. Because Allie and I we both got our ears pierced yesterday. What did you guys think? Would you do that with your kid? Would you get yours pierced again just to make them feel a little bit more at ease about the whole situation? Because that's what I did yesterday for her. Now I've been wanting another piercing anyway. All right, you guys, here's what we're going to use with this one. This is called the Patriotic Patterns. And if you have not seen yet, this one is currently 75% off on the site. So you want to grab this while you can. You did that with your daughter. You let it be her choice. Absolutely. Yeah, it was. It was very memorable. My aunt got to be there for it, and she just was so excited. You did for your granddaughter? And then I let her pick some out, even though she can't wear them yet. It did hurt, but I pretended like it didn't. Oh no! All right, you guys. So this is our Patriotic Patterns. It is currently 75% off on the site. If you're a Perks member, you're going to get 30% off. On top of that, you're going to get 75% off on top of your 30% off that you already get as a Perks member. And you guys, just so you know, tomorrow night is the last night to use up those 10 design dollars that you got for St. Patrick's Day. Okay, so you got a free $10 added to your account if you were a Perks member already by the 18th of this month. And you have until tomorrow night to use those up, or they will disappear on you. Okay? You're such a big... All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some more surface wax over top of this design now that this is done, so that this paste is not going to pull up. Thank you so much, you guys, for the stars. Yes, it hurt. And what I did mine individually, so I had each one done individually. And then when she sat in the chair, they called the other girl over, so they did both of hers at the exact same time, because I thought maybe, well, and I think that they could kind of tell that she was a little bit afraid, and knew that she might not go through with the second year if they didn't do them at the same time. All right, lightly going over this again with some more surface wax. That way when I put down this other transfer, it doesn't pull any of the surface wax back up. Your dad pierced yours the first time. Oh, with a potato and a needle. Oh, no. That's how they used to do it. You would get a second piercing, but your husband doesn't want you to. Oh, Roseanne. I didn't even ask John. We've had the conversation about Allie having hers pierced, but I didn't even ask how he felt about mine being pierced the second time. All right, we're going to go ahead and buff off that surface wax. Again, you have a box for Derby, and I can't wait to wear hat and pretty earrings. Yes! All right, you guys, now that we've got this, yours is with a potato. No! All right, I don't think that I have my transfers laid on here the same way that it is on the site. But the great thing about this is that if you get this brand new, you can actually line this up right with the center and not even have to move your transfer pieces around if it hasn't already been cut apart. Now, mine has been, so I'm going to have to put these where they go. So, the first thing that I want to do is go ahead and grab some tape. And I'm going to use masking tape. And I just want to mask off the frame so that I don't accidentally chalk over top of it. We're going to mask all the way around the frame that's around this. Ice cube with needles and clothespins holding it. Oh no! Hi, Joanne! The only thing you can't do is get a tattoo. And I would not get a tattoo, you guys. I can never get a tattoo. Ever. And I have nothing against tattoos. I'll tell you guys this story too. My grandpa, who passed away when I was about, I don't know, Allie's age, probably around 11 years old. He had a tattoo on his arm because he was in the military. Oh, I bet it did. Yeah, you guys, in case you haven't seen the pillow yet, when it's completely finished, this is how mine turned out. It's so stinking cute. I love it. So my grandpa was in the military, and he fought in World War II, and he had a tattoo on his arm. It was right here on his arm, or maybe it was on this side. No, it was on this side of his arm. And he was so proud of what that tattoo stood for, but getting a military tattoo in, what would it have been, in the 40s? The ink was really faded, and the older he got, the more distorted that tattoo looked, and he just wasn't proud of the way that it looked anymore. And you guys, I do understand that tattoos have come a long way since the 40s. However, when I was Allie's age, my grandpa said to me, Laura, I'm so proud of what this stands for, but I hate the way that it looks. Promise me you'll never get a tattoo. And right there at 11 years old, or however old I was, I made a promise to my grandfather that I would never get a tattoo. And for that reason, I will never have a tattoo. When I make a promise, I stick to my promise. Okay, so you guys, this time I'm going to use, this is more masking tape, but this is a masking tape that I got on Amazon. And it's pinstriping masking tape. And it comes in a bunch of different sizes. You get all the sizes in one package. And I don't have a link for this, but you can definitely look up pinstriping tape on Amazon if you want some that is the thinner masking tape. And this particular one is the exact right size to lay over that black that we did there so I can mask that off, okay? Dad had an ugly bulldog for the Marines, and he said no tattoo for me as long as he was alive. Wait until he passed, and you got one. Oh, Valerie. So my grandpa wasn't the only one that had that promise, that asked somebody to make that promise. Never get a tattoo. My grandkids all have them. My hubby has one of the American Eagle. But I would get tired of the same thing on my arm or leg. or whatever. I think the same thing. You have 5. Most recent is the Highland cow wearing a leopard bandana. Oh, I love that, Sandy. Oh, I love that. All right, so we've got this all taped off. Oh, Amanda, you know what? To each their own. And if that's their belief and you stick with that, then that's, or if that's a promise that you made, then you got to stick to it. All right, so I'm going to take my pieces here. And I believe that when they're laid out on the site, you've got the first one up here. I'm going to do the stars in the corner, you guys. Oh, I'm going to do them all. And maybe I don't want to just have it the way I was thinking. I'm going to lay each one out individually. And we're going to do stars right here going around Charlie Brown. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to take our blue for our stars. You like some of them? Oh, your hands. And I'm going to grab a mini squeegee, and what we're going to do is just go around Charlie Brown with this transfer. Okay, so I'm using Cadet Paste and a mini squeegee. And I'm going to start up here. And I'm just trying to get as close to him as I can without pasting on his head, okay? And we're going to do all of our stars here in blue. And you guys, I know it's still March and I'm doing Patriotic, but you know what? The Patriotic is also, it's not just 4th of July, you guys. It's Memorial Day too. And it's not too soon to get started with Patriotic if you ask me. Okay, so I'm just going as close as I can to the black that's on Charlie Brown's face, on his outline. And then bringing that paste back out. And making some cute little stars around Charlie Brown. And then we're going to use the stripes. And you could do stripes on all the rest of them. Would a brush be easier? Possibly. You know, that's really a preference thing. I love my squeegees. I love using the squeegees. I like the control that I get with the squeegees. I like how they feel in my hand. And so it's completely up to you what you want to do. Now, I do have a spot right here where I probably will use a brush because it's really, really fine. But the utensil that you use is completely up to you. Exactly. So I do think that I'm going to use a brush just for this little part right here, because it's so fine. There we go. All right, you guys, let's pull this up and see how this turned out. Hi, Kathy. Okay, I think this is going to be really, really cute. Really, really cute when we finish this all up. So we've got that set of stars right there on Charlie Brown going around him. I'm going to use up all my towels tonight. Thank you so much for the stars. Thank you so much. Something fell. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave that out here because we're going to do another one in blue in just a minute. But let's dry this up so that we don't accidentally mess this up when we do the next one. Oh, Carol, I didn't see that. You already want it even though I haven't finished it? All right, so we got our stars around Charlie Brown. We're going to take our next transfer piece here, which is going to be the non-distressed stripes. And we're going to put the non-distressed stripes on Snoopy. So I want to see if I can make sure. I want the stripes to be fairly even. There we go. Just like that. And we're just going to press that down on there. Just like so. Thank you so much for all the stars, you guys. You guys are awesome. Ooh, I got to make sure that that's stuck down on the tape or that's going to pull up on me. Ah, Carol, I am not getting on the table. You will never get me up on the table, Carol. Never. All right, we're going to use cherry. And we're going to do these stripes in cherry. And because I taped that off, I'm able to make this a lot easier on myself. I have way too much paste on here. All right, and then we're going to go around. You have both. Ooh, having storms right now. Oh, no. Quarter size hail. Oh, they're addicting, huh? The tattoos are addicting. I asked my daughter, actually John asked her if she would do it again to have her ears pierced, and she said no. No. But on the way home, I also asked her what her favorite thing was that she got yesterday. And she did tell me that it was her earrings, her ear piercing. So even though she said, thank you, Anna, even though she said that she wouldn't do it again, stars party, we got a stars party, stars party, we got a stars party. Oh, you guys are hilarious. Thank you for the stars party, you guys. No tables, Carol. No tables for you, my love. How is my weight loss journey going? Amanda asks. I'm down 40 pounds. 40 is my total so far. All right, I'm going to use a brush just to get close to Snoopy's head. And people who know me are starting to notice, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and do what we call the paste and pull because I had to dance for you guys, and now I don't want this to start to dry in here. And then we can come back. Oh, this part of Snoopy is a little bit small, so we're going to go ahead and paint this one in too. The reason why I love the squeegees too, though, is that you get that squeegee, thank you, you get that squeegee effect on there where it's all the same level. And you don't have like the brush lines in there. I don't know how else to describe that, but it does make a difference in my opinion in how it looks. Thank you. All right, let's just go around Snoopy here too with the brush real quick, and then we'll come back on the rest of it with a squeegee. Thank you. I feel like it's totally cheating though to be taking this stuff. All my life I've struggled with my weight, and now that this GLP stuff came out, it's like it totally feels like cheating. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, the last little bit here. Hopefully that second row or that third row didn't dry up in there. And then we'll check it out and we'll see how our Snoopy looks with his red stripes. Oh my gosh, Karen. From being sick. Now that's not fun. Oh, yo, this is going to look so great once we pull that tape up. I do have a couple of spots right there, though, where it didn't want to go through for some reason. Oh, good. We were able to just fix that real fast. Real fast. Okay, good. It's just, yeah. It's just a regular old paintbrush. Just a flat paintbrush that I pulled out of my stash. Nothing special about my paintbrush at all. Nothing at all special about it. All right, let's spray that one down. Are you wanting to gain it back, Julie? Oh, this is going to look so good. I can already tell. Probably, Sandy. You're probably right. Oh, that's good. You haven't fallen again. All right, you guys, this time we're going to use the other stripe pattern. This one is a distressed stripe, so it's going to look a little bit different than the previous one. And you guys, I know I'm not fuzzing each one of these transfers, but I'm not fuzzing it because I've literally used this one probably 30 times already. And so it already has been fuzzed so many times it doesn't have the stickiness on it that it did when I first got it. So I can get away with it because this one's been used so many times. All right, so this one right here is supposed to leave some white spots in it where it's not completed. And we're going to go ahead and do this one also in red, and then we're going to do the distressed stars over here in the blue. Quite a bit older than you, but I've lost 60 pounds. Nobody says anything about it because, oh no! All right, so again, going around Lucy, I am going to use the paintbrush to go around her just because I can get a lot closer to her head that way. When we were at the bowling alley, my friend Derek had mentioned something. John's friend Derek. I think once I get closer to that 60-pound mark, though, it's going to be really noticeable to everybody. Dale, does it still say picket? Here in Canada, 750 milligrams is 500 a month. Oh, see, it all depends on your insurance, too. My insurance doesn't cover mine. But I don't think I'm paying anywhere near that much. All right, got that first line done. We want to finish one line at a time just so that we have the ability to do paste and pull if we need to. And then it won't start to dry in the silk screen. And I think we're just going to do that with each line anyway. Thank you, Karen. Yes, you made it to see. All right, there's our first stripe. I just went ahead and pulled that up just to be sure. Because I don't want that drying in there. And just trying to be really careful to get as close as I can to the characters without getting on the black of where their face is at. Now you guys can also, if you want to use tape, you can tape right on that too and then just squeegee it really, really easily. 100 pounds for me, really sick. I'm trying to keep my weight at 130 now. Struggle to keep it. But skinny at 60 is not sexy? But see, you guys, it's not about being sexy. That's the thing, though. It's about how it makes you feel. I'm not taking this to be sexy. I wasn't feeling like myself anymore. When John and I met almost 15 years ago, you guys, we're coming up on 15 years here in just a couple of months. But when we first met, I was a gym rat. Y'all, I was at the gym 7 days a week working out. I was 128 pounds, really tiny. I had muscle like you wouldn't believe. And I was so confident that when I met his family, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. When I met his family for the first time, which was like 3 weeks into us dating, I had a puppy. And it was when my dog Demon was a puppy. And he jumped off the pontoon and went into some marsh when we were on the pontoon. And I didn't hesitate for a second to rip off my bathing suit cover and just jump in the water in front of everybody. I don't have that. I was I was almost 30 when I met John. But I don't have that confidence anymore, and I want that confidence back. I want to be able to swim with my kids and not feel like I have to be wrapped up like a burrito just to go to my pool. You know, stuff like that, you guys. It's that confidence in yourself. All right, let's pull this one up and see how this one looks. Oh, so amazing. I'm loving this, you guys. I'm loving this. That's what I want back. I want the confidence to be able to take them to the beach and not be constantly self-conscious about how I look in a bathing suit. Because my kids are so young. Ah, Chris. And I want to enjoy that time with them. I don't want to be thinking about that kind of stuff. Oh, thank you. All right, you guys, we have one more to go. Picket is not the keyword for tonight. It's March, you guys. In case you're seeing picket is the keyword still somewhere. I forgot to change that. Okay, last one here is our Distressed Stars. And we're going to put that right here on Linus, okay? On Linus. And we're going to try to give him as many stars as we possibly can in this thing. Just pressing that down. I'm done with my red now. And we're going to use our blue again. Thank you. Never tried that, but will. Even been in. I missed it. I missed it. You guys, ChalkCon last year, I did not feel good about myself at ChalkCon. At all. and then meeting everybody, and it's like, ugh, ugh. I don't want to be seen. Hi, Janice. I don't ever want to feel like that again. All right, so his hair is going to be a little bit tricky right here because he just has little hairs popping up. So we got to make sure that we get this blue in between these hairs and try not to go on that black if we can. Oh, I did a little bit. Darn it. The word for tonight is March. We're doing our March Club Couture. March. A little bit there. A little bit there. And then here we go here with this one. We don't want to do... Yeah, we'll see how that goes for me at the end. Won't we, Connie? Hopefully it won't be too bad. All right, let's go ahead and pull this up just to be sure. So far, so good. Just a little bit more to go. March is the key word. And you guys, right now also, tomorrow night is the last night to get that free frame. If you spend $25 on the site, you get a free frame, a free 9x12 frame for every $25 order. Okay, I think we're done. I know, I should have been a surgeon, shouldn't I, Ruth? All right, you guys, let's pull this up. Let's see how it looks. Let's dry this off, and then let's go ahead and pull off all of our tape and see how much we love how this turned out. I was surprised when I got a compliment from Bree. Yes, of course she liked your pillowcase. It turned out fantastic. Bree's amazing too, by the way. Ah, it's still saying Picket. Oh, darn it. That's where it's saying Picket. I can't change it every time. You guys, March is the keyword. Type March in there. Join club this month to get this transfer, and then be sure to get this extra one that's got the Patriotic patterns on there, because it's 75% off right now. $165 after I have my kids. I'm at 103 now, but I work out every day and eat right for the most. That is, so you're tiny then, girl. You're tiny. Okay, let's go ahead and take our tape off of here and see how this looks. And it should be pretty darn perfect. Okay, we did this one first. Thank you, Ruth. So I'll tell you guys my stats if you want to know my stats. Hi, Melanie. Thank you. So when I started this whole weight loss thing you guys are talking about, brush up the one spot on her head that dried. That's not a part that dried. That is because these two transfers here and here are the distressed ones. They're meant to be distressed. And so the transfer is that way. And the stars are supposed to be that way on those bottom ones. You could totally have used the other one and made it not distressed on either one of them. But that was the way that that pattern came. Oh, I got to figure out how to do that, Karen. I don't know how to do the lives on a website. I've been trying to figure out a website for a while now, and I don't understand it. But anyway, you guys, I'll let you know my stats, all right? So when I started this whole journey, oh, man. When I started this whole journey on December 5th, I was at 215 pounds and not feeling good about myself. Now, not even 4 months later, I'm down to 175. And I'm feeling pretty darn good about that. My goal is 145. And my doctor said no more than 145. But 214, I just felt disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And the sugar cravings were always there, and I couldn't stop eating. It was insane. So, all right, you guys, let's pull this up. Oh, I love it. I so love this. It turned out so great, you guys. What do you guys think? Do you love the Patriotic peanuts? And if you don't want to do Patriotic, you guys, you can pick any pattern that you want to and use that as the background. You just want to avoid where your characters are at. But I think that that turned out so super cute. And again, this transfer is only available with the Club Couture kit this month for the month of March. So you got to be a club member in March to get this one. Thank you. And then we have our first Patriotic project of the year. Yay! Oh, Missy, how exciting. So there we have it, you guys. Our peanuts, Patriotic peanuts, done with our March Club Couture transfer. Now, if you want to join Club, but you want a discount on your Club Couture kit, you could join Perks first. Perks is an amazing, amazing opportunity to get 30% off all day, every day on everything on my site. You pay $20 a month, you get back $20 a month, so essentially it's free. And then you're going to get 20% off or 30% off of your Club Couture kit as well. And right now, only available till the end of the night tonight, if you're joining Perks for the first time, you have an opportunity to purchase over $200 worth of supplies, you guys, and 3 of those transfers are exclusive, and you can't get them any other way except for workshop rewards, which is totally something different. Today's the last night you can get that $200 worth of product for just $49. So join Perks tonight. You want to be in on it, and then join your club to get this. And if you join Perks, then you can use your $20 that you get back from Perks to join Club afterwards, and your first month of Club is practically free. So it would be absolutely amazing. I'd love to welcome you guys into our community. And if you have any questions, just send them my way in a message, and I will respond to you as quickly as I can. But for tonight, you guys, that's it for tonight. I hope that you absolutely love my take on the Patriotic Peanuts and our March Club Couture for this month. You guys have a splendid night, and I will see you back here again tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.